Hello guys, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lumi. You can call me Lily, you can call me Lumi, you can call me Mimi. I do videos covering everything from medicine, getting into uni, university vlogs, normal vlogs, and beauty and lifestyle as well. A little bit of cooking here and there, but that is essentially my brand. Welcome to the family. Don't forget to like this video and also comment, and before you leave, make sure you subscribe as well. So today in this video, I am doing a makeup tutorial, and the reason why I'm doing this makeup tutorial is because my picture that I posted a while ago, I'm gonna put the picture like here, and then I'm gonna put another picture here, but yeah, these pictures are like, people love them, right? I met up with a friend the same night that I did that makeup, and she was like, oh my gosh, like your makeup looks so different, how did you do it? It just looks like, I noticed your makeup was looking different, how did you do it? I've already filmed this tutorial once before, but I just didn't like the way that it was filmed. I filmed it from the wrong angle, so now I'm refilming it again, and I film on my back camera. One day I should show you guys the setup, because guy, that's all I have to say. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with a spoolie and brush up my eyebrows. Yeah, so I'm just using two primers. I use the Fenty one, and I'm using a Revolution. Oh, and don't mind me eating breakfast. I have a bowl of Golden Morn. Let me see, can you guys see that? If you know what Golden Morn is, big ups to you. I'm going to be using my Primark brow gel in the shade dark brown. I need to get a new one. I just need to get a new gel, to be completely honest with you. I always start from like the middle to the ends of my eyebrows and brush it out. Yeah, it's fine if it looks like kind of scary. It's like a painting. Before you finish it, it's going to look very scary, but once you finish it, it looks so good. So yeah, I think in one of my other tutorials, I do go in depth with how I do my eyebrows. So I'll just link my makeup tutorial playlist up in the cards, and then you guys can check that out. So I go in with my e.l.f. oh my gosh, I need to get a new one. I go with my e.l.f. Caramel Concealer in the shade Deep Caramel. Yeah, I love this concealer so much, but apparently people hate the concealer. I don't know why you lot are hating though. Don't know why you lot are hating. I love the concealer. I love the consistency, love the coverage, love the tone that it gives me. So I'll just use that to clean up my brows. I do need to change my makeup products, so if you guys know any new products that I should get, if you think that there's something new that I could probably spend my money on that I would prefer better, then let me know. Yeah, and I always do this to look at my eyebrows to see if they're even. What's so funny about my eyebrows is they don't like to stay in one place, so usually I like to go with Got To Be, but I'm so lazy right now to get up and get my Got To Be spray. So yeah, usually I like to go with Got To Be to lay them down. Oh, I said lay them down, like their edges. And then I go in with my foundation shade over the top of my brow, like so. As you can see, like there's parts of it that aren't like completely filled in, and that's fine. Just go with the flow. That's what I do, and I just make a shape, and eventually, I don't know, somehow it works out. It's like shading. When you shade and then you use like an eraser to go over it, and then you have a shape in the middle. That's literally what this is. And then I go in the middle as well, so I don't have halo brow. Then I go in with a bit of foundation concealer right here under my eyes, and I just leave that there to settle and chill. And that is all we're going to be doing for our base at the moment. Next thing I like to do is blend. I have this little dome brush thing that I got from my mom. You'll literally see it in all of my makeup tutorials. This is what I use to blend out my concealer. And then I'm gonna go back in with a spoolie and just brush my eyebrows up. The next part is setting our eye base, so we're gonna be working on the eyes now. I go in with concealer over the top of my eyelid. I pat that in briefly, and then I just go in with that same blending brush, and I use that to blend it out like that. So the new thing that I've really enjoyed doing is setting my face before I do my base. So now that I'm setting like the top of my eyes, I'm just gonna set my face at the same time. So you can actually set the top of your eyes with like a normal powder. I'm just using setting powder because that's what I've got. You can use like, if you have your own shade of powder, that's fine as well. If you have eyeshadow, like a brown colored eyeshadow, that's fine as well. Yeah, just anything you can use to just like make the concealer dry. And then I'm just gonna go in with powder all over my nose area, and then this area where I get creases. All right, my lovelies, let's see. I'm just gonna put some lip balm on. I always forget, and then when it's time for me to finish up my look with my lips, it's always a struggle. So I don't put too much on because I don't want my lips to be like glossy. I like to control the gloss. So just moisturize. Anyways, let's carry on. For the eyes now, I go in with this eyeliner, which I need to sharpen. So you're gonna need like a black kohl or kajal liner. I use this one from Rimmel, and I think it is the best that you can get. Yeah, literally, like out of all the kajals that I've used, this is literally the best. Like, you wash it off and it doesn't come off until like 2 days later. So yeah, it's amazing. Now I'm just gonna have my mirror right here so I can look into it. Ooh, why are you dusty for? Please help me ask, why are you dusty for? Anyways, so you want to basically go like with your eyes, but you want it to be like a sort of cat eye. So I literally follow my eye like this and I drag it up like that. And I follow my eye, drag it up. So I literally use like really tiny stamps. Oh, this is odd. Let's see. And it's fine if they're not completely even, because what you're doing with this look is you're smoking it out and then you can clean it up after. Yeah, I prefer doing this eye first. There we go. So once you've got your outline, I drag it down to connect to the bottom eyelid, like my bottom lash line, and then I go like this, partially close my eye, try to extend it, and I go down like that, and then I connect it and basically fill it in. And then we do the same on the other side. So connect to lower lash line, partially close eye, go down like so. So at the end you should have something that looks a bit like this. Yeah, you should have something that looks a bit like this. And let's see if I can. And then you just want to darken it a bit. So just go in again over the top of it with your black liner. Go over, just a bit. And then I go into my eye like so. And then the same on the other side. And believe me, you kind of look a bit like cleaning what's going on, but it's okay, it's okay. We're going with this. You see, it's so funny, I'm always experimenting with my makeup. Like, I'm always trying to do something different. So the first time I did this look, I didn't use any shadows. Now I'm going to try and use a shadow. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this out. So going with this kind of brush, sort of like a angle brush, like a brow brush, and just use that to like blend. You want to blend like the top borders, like here, blend it down across the top, and I kind of do it in like a sweeping motion. And then you want to do the same on the other side. So I like to go literally right for the borders, because what I realized is it's so easy, like this liner is so blendable, it's so easy to just over blend and then you lose the darkness, which is why I'm going to try something different right now, which is going in with like a dark shadow over the top and just patting that in. So to blend, I just use the sweeping motion and I try to focus that on the borders of where the eyeliner was, and I also drag it in like so, if you can see that. Yeah, so I'm going in with my Morphe palette, which is very scary right now, very scary. Yeah, I'm getting rid of this soon because I literally don't have any more colors on here, and I'm just going to pat some color in because there's no color left. So I'm just using a mixture of like the darkest colors, like the blacky browns. I'm gonna pat that in to make it darker. And if you want to, you can actually like totally ignore this step because it's not completely necessary. You can like go over it instead with the black liner, and that's also fine. but I just wanted to try out using the eyeshadow, see if that works. I feel like it kind of works. The next part, going with the liquid liner. This is obviously from Primark. A lot of my makeup products they're literally either high-end or they're from Primark. So then you just want to create like a wing inside this sort of shadow wing, if that makes sense. So that's the way I create my wing, and then I just go and do like, so I hate talking when I do my eyeliner. You make like little stamps all the way to the inner corner, so I'll just show you. Like that, and then you do the same on the other side. Okay guys, so once you're done, it should look something like this. And I'll be completely real with you guys, I think this look is literally the lashes that make the look what it is. I got these lashes from my sister, so I don't know where they're from. It's these lashes, these babies that carry this look. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my lashes on and then I'm gonna come back and round this up. So I have put on my lashes now and it's time to go into our base. So let's get into it. With the setting powder, set this area, set here. Just gonna put it basically like all over my face. So set. So yeah, I go in with this foundation. You guys need to watch my Pro MUA Does My Makeup video, goes into all the detail about this foundation. It's in the shade 15 and I just put that all over my face, especially these dark marks, which I'm trying to get rid of. I've started incorporating something new into my skincare routine, so hopefully it works. Once I do that, I love to go with my spoon brush and I put that all over. With this foundation, I always say a little goes a long way, and then I just like put on like a ton of foundation. It really is a little goes a long way, but it's such full coverage foundation. It is a dream to wear once it's all patted in and sitting right on your face. And then my forehead as well. Concealer. My concealer, this is how I do the placement. I sort of go at like right angles to my eye, so I don't start like that, I go like that, and that's so I can just have like a nice sharp border along the side of my nose. So for my nose contour, I do that while I do my highlighting. Now here, this is where we clean up. Don't go too close to the shadow, you still want the smoky effect. See, just like that, that's all you need, and drag it down. That's all you need, don't do anything more than that. Obviously if you're too scared of the shadow, like you can cut it a bit closer, but if you're following my routine, don't cut it close, you want the shadow. And this is that same concealer that I used earlier, the e.l.f. concealer, and here I'm just doing the same thing. They're not going too close to the shadow, I'm just cleaning that up and then I'm dragging it down. This is how you do that, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. I go with concealer across the top of my lip right here. Don't worry about beauty marks and stuff, I always bring my beauty marks back. Then I go with the concealer, whatever is left on the brush, go in here. This is how I do my nose contour. I do my highlight of the button nose, and then I make this part, so like the bridge of my nose, put some concealer there. And I don't make my nose like skinty or anything, like I like to keep the width and everything else proportional. Then for my contour, so I leave this to sit. I like to do my makeup in stages. I like to do all of my creams, liquids at the same time, and then all of my powders at the same time. So I highlight and contour at the same time. I cream contour with this new face stick that I got from H&M. It is a really cool shade, but I feel like that is what made that look what it was as well. So I just contour like this. You can see I have a selection of dark marks right here. Don't follow the dark marks, okay? So I just put it there and then put it here. and here, across the top of the bridge like so, and on the bottom. Now sometimes I do go under here just to give myself that heavy lip, but my lips are already big, but you know, why not? YOLO. So the next thing is blending. There's always blending, you know, and for that I use this brush. So this is my contour brush. I don't blend in my concealer yet. Contour, however, needs to be blended because this boy can be harsh. So I just like blend up. I use a stippling motion, and I use that to blend, and I blend it up, and it's fine because you're blending your highlight down. Everything matches up at the end of the day. Yeah, so just blend that up. And using a cool shade, I don't know, I feel like using a cool shade gives me more leeway with my bronzer, so I can go in heavier with my bronzer, and it kind of like cancels it out because my bronzer is quite warm, so I feel like it just cancels it out a little bit more, and it just makes it look a bit more like less bronzy, more chiseled, if that makes sense. So anyways, then I go in on the top here. You want to drag that down or up depending on where you've got the most amount of product, and as you can see, I'm sort of dragging it up into my brows and then across the top of my nose. You're essentially just blending everywhere that you put the contour. The contour for me always blends first. That's what I always do, always blend the contour first. Also gives longer time for your concealer to sit. Okay, yeah. Now for concealer, we go back here with my concealer brush. You guys already know. Okay, I conceal here first, and the reason why I do it from like, I just do whatever I can to make the concealer under my eyes sit for longer, and then I start blending from here and I drag it towards the middle. The reason why I drag it towards the middle is because I have serious under eye bags that need to be disposed of. I feel like when this new concealer trend came out, people didn't take notice of the people who actually had like really bad under eye bags. So if you noticed, the first thing I did was I actually put like some foundation on under my eyes, like my actual shade, or like a shade darker under my eyes, and then I put this highlight on. Yeah, that's how you will cover those bags. It's basically color correcting, but a lot of people, they discriminated against those who have actual eye bags. So if you want to know the secret, that's the secret. And as you can see, it's literally like not spreading, and I'm not swiping, I'm literally like stippling and sort of like dragging across, stippling and dragging across. So as you stipple, there's going to be product on the brush, and then you use that to fill in the spaces. And obviously, like, look at, the thing is with creases, it's so hard to blend concealer. I end up blending my concealer, I don't even know how many times before I put on my setting powder. When you get to the side of your nose, you want to go in faintly and sort of just blend it into that contour. Oof, I don't like it looking harsh at all. I don't even like it looking like I've done nose contour. I just like it looking hella natural, like, oh, like your nose is looking really nosy today. Like, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so the next thing I like to do is I like to go in with my lighter concealer. This is the LA Pro Conceal in the shade Pure Beige, and honestly, like, I'm running out of concealers. Concealer is my most used product, aside from like lip gloss or something, but I don't think lip gloss counts. I think I want to get like 3 new concealers. I want to get a concealer in my shade, get one the shade of my Camera concealer, and then get one, actually no, I want 4. Get one this color and then get one like a lighter shade, but I think that might be doing too much. So maybe the shade is good. What do you guys think? I feel like I should get a lighter shade, but when I finish it, you guys will tell me what you think. I'm not gonna say I coined it. Meta Child coined it, but people have been doing bright under eye for time, so just put a tiny bit there, little tiny bit. I don't put, listen, even that was just going with the flow. Okay, so now that you've done that, you sit and you wait. No, for real, you actually sit and wait. You wait for it to get tacky. There's nothing else to do, so I'm just gonna jam out to some tunes and then I'll be right back. Promiscuous boy, you already know that I'm all for it to get tacky. And now we blend this really lightly, you guys. Blend it light. And then, as always, cover up the middle. The middle is so important. Like, and then I'll show you guys like my little hack, my little ghetto hack. I go in with my foundation brush and I literally just use that to merge the edges. It's so ghetto, but honestly, that's the best thing. Like, you don't want those clear cut sort of lines. This eye is so easy to set. Literally, this is what I do, especially for those with creases. Pay attention, look up, stay looking up, stay looking up. I'm so sorry, I'm literally using like one words, but this requires so much focus. And this is what I mean by I always go back in to blend. So here I'm patting it in. I'm trying to make sure I don't do too much so that the concealer doesn't. Make sure you pat it in. You're looking up, going with enough powder on your brush to set that area. After that, you can look however you want because you've set it, you've put the powder there. You just want to make sure you go over it again. And that, my lovelies, is how you set your under eyes. That's how I set my under eyes. If you have like eye creases, that is how you should be setting your under eye. Don't say Lumi didn't tell you, because I told you. I told you. If you're paying attention, you will know. And then I love to set the highlight parts of my nose contour first. That's, I don't know, it's maybe it's just like something ritualistic to me, because it makes no difference because I go back in and I set my whole nose anyways. But that's just what I do, you know. People do things in their makeup routine just because. And then go in and make sure you set the rest of your face. So make sure you get your chin, everywhere that you put like wet product, make sure you set here, set around here, set here. You need to leave this area. This is contour and blush area, okay? That's a bronzer area, so leave it. And I love to bake the top of my lip, otherwise I will not be able to put lip liner on here. So that's why I bake the top of my lip. Okay, so in terms of bronzer, I use this Primark bronzer, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Primark bronzer. It's in the shade Suspects. That's what it looks like. I'm going for a little bit and I put it literally on the end. Bronzer, I don't know. We used to have a love-love relationship. Now we have a love-hate relationship, because I used to wear bronzer like a maniac. But now I only put her on the edge. So really try to concentrate it into one area, right where your cheekbones are. Like, I'm looking literally straight on forehead, and this is where I want my contour to show. So that is where I want it to be warm and dark, and that is where I'm going to place my bronzer. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Don't want it too much. Okay, I don't drag it. Before I used to drag out my bronzer all the way across my face, but I just like to concentrate it in one area now. And then for my nose, I still go in with the same bronzer. I use my nose contour brush, and then I just put on bronzer where the dark contour was sitting. Hopefully it's translating well on camera. I honestly won't know until Now, in terms of my blush routine, that is the main thing that has changed recently, and that's the main thing that changed for this makeup look as well. I go with my pink Primark blush. I used to use this all the time, but then I stopped when I discovered orange blush. But I put the pink blush here, right? Here, like so. And then I go under my eye as well. So I kind of use it to set my under eye too. You guys see that? And you just want to like buff it out, right? Go on the other side, I'll show you again. So I put it here, right? And then I use it to set my under eye as well. So it's almost like you're using it to sweep away like the powder, and then you're buffing it in to the rest, like the same way you'd put on your blush. Do you see what I mean? I don't know if you guys can see what I mean, but just use a bit. Honestly, I saw this on TikTok and I thought the lady was mad when she was doing it, but I did it as well, and then my makeup looked nice and everyone was complimenting me. So then I go in again with my orange blush and I just concentrate that here. Now this actually is an orange blush. This is orange eyeshadow that I use as blush, but who's asking, who's checking, you know? And I always put blush on the sides of my nose. It's a ritual, you know. I've been doing this since when did I, 2016, 2017, I've been putting blush over my nose. So yeah, this is what your makeup should be looking like right now. Very dry, chalk-esque. Yes, we know, we get it, but this is what she should look like. Yeah, so this is what your makeup should look like right now. We have some warmth with our blush. We have this. Like, it's looking kind of cute. It's looking kind of cute. Now we just need to round it all up. Now, I have always said if I was to have one superpower, like, or a secret power, it would be this. This is my secret power when it comes to makeup. This boy. Or any version of this boy, but this boy. Shake your baby, and you know what you need to do now? Spray. I spray from the bottom up, okay? So okay, do you guys see that? This is where I use my beauty blender. I have showed you guys the secret one too many times. I'm gonna stop soon. Go with your beauty blender and press that baby in. You want to start from the bottom as well. Start from the bottom and then press it in. Press it in, and that, you guys, is how you get a flawless base. I mean, there really isn't much to say. There's nothing else to say. Look at my face. Look at my face. There's nothing more to say. I want my makeup to look dry. As soon as I put it on, I want it to look dry, because you know why? Makeup sits in your face. When you first put on makeup, you look scary. You always need to you need your makeup to marinate for an hour. I find that my makeup always looks beautiful at the end of the night because it looks scary once I first put it on. Just to add the finishing touches, I'm gonna put some more powder over my lip. Honestly, the place that eats the most powder is the top of my lip. So yeah, and I go with my brown lip liner first, and then I go back in with this black lip liner. The black lip liner is literally what I use for kajal, so you can see how good of a recycler I am. Oftentimes I like to add some concealer to the middle. So that's how I do my lip liner. And then the next thing I like to do is my highlight. I use this highlight in my palette, and I just put it on my nose, like here. That, put it where my concealer was, essentially just the high points of your nose where you want to catch the light. And then I put it here on my cheekbone. And the very last thing that I put is my beauty spots, and that's what I forgot in my last tutorial. And literally, like, when I went out, I was just like, my face feels naked, it feels incomplete. Like, I didn't know what was wrong with my face. Don't you just hate it when you finish your makeup and that's when your nose wants to be running? Anyways, I didn't like my face. I was like, what is wrong? What is different with my face? And I missed out my beauty marks. It was because I missed out my beauty marks. So I have one right here, so I'm gonna put it. And then I have like a dark mark here. And then I like to put one on my nose right here. I also put one here. I usually have one like where my eyebrow is, and then one there. It's gotten to a point where I've sort of like memorized where I put my beauty marks. Then I add my beauty marks and my makeup is done. This is the finished look, you guys. You can see the blend of the blush into the contour. I lied, this is not the finished look. that. Honestly, you're gonna be like, Lumi, you are so unhinged. Then you need mascara. How could I forget? Oh. This is the end of the makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was, apart from the different stops and breaks, I hope it was easy to follow. If you replicate this makeup look, make sure you tag me in your images. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share this video and subscribe as well. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Comment down below if there are any other looks that you want me to recreate or you want me to do. If there's any looks that you see on my Insta, you're like, oh my gosh, this looks so nice, like give us a tutorial, make sure you say that. Also, make sure to follow my socials. I will have them on the screen here and they're also linked down below. So follow my socials if you want to keep up with my looks and my day-to-day life. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in my very next video. Bye my lovelies.